Recently, two Southern Alberta teachers, Craig Finley and Phichit, received awards for teaching excellence. Both teachers are graduates of the Faculty of Education at the University of Lethbridge, and both teach in Lethbridge School District number 51.
So, consumerism. I want to talk a little bit about consumerism. We've got this little mind map.
Craig Finley teaches social studies at Chinook High in West Lethbridge. He began his teaching career 21 years ago.
Again, we come back to this, that we have the power as consumers to make a lot of change in our society if we want to, okay? Now,
this year, Craig was one of 50 recipients of the Prime Minister's Award for Teaching Excellence, a national award that honours outstanding and innovative teachers.
It was a real honor, especially since the application really came from a colleague who I respect a great deal. She's, well deserving of the award herself, and, she was nice enough to talk to some parents and students who also wrote letters on my behalf. So that's what it's all about. And so we are, meant to believe that even though, this might still work, that's not cool anymore. You got to have, well, probably none of these, but your iPhone, right?
The award cited Craig's ability to develop strong relationships with students and for creating new and meaningful learning opportunities, like school trips abroad to study Canadian history.
I've been fortunate enough to organize 3 different trips to Europe, where we've built trips based around the social studies curriculum, and in particular the theme of war and remembrance, which I think is really, really important. So kids have had the opportunity to visit some of the battle sites that Canadian soldiers fought and unfortunately died in, and both times we've had students do research about soldiers that lay in some of the cemeteries that we visit. So the students learn a little bit about the soldiers, what they did, and they carry those stories with them to Europe. And so when those students come to that cemetery and they stand before the gravesite of that fallen soldier, it's a very emotional thing for them. And so I hope that experience will, deepen their understanding of things like Remembrance Day and the importance of, learning about the past. I hope of how democracy can work, right?
Who has an idea or who thinks they understand what a word hunt might be?
Across town at Senator Buchanan Elementary School, another award-winning teacher, Phichit, teaches his grade 4-5 multi-age class.
Today we're going to take a look through these poetry books that Mrs. Penner brought to find some really descriptive words that might help you with your writing about your sweaters.
Erin, who attended Senator Buchanan as a child, is this year's winner for Zone 6 of the Edwin Parr Award, which recognises first-year teachers who demonstrate dedication and commitment to education in Alberta.
And you need to be nominated by your principal, and so my principal, Heather Hadford, she felt strongly enough about the things that I was doing in my classroom and the relationships that I was building with the students and with their families and the staff. So she filled that out. She did all of that work and submitted my name. Okay, Autumn, what have we got here?
Like Craig, Erin places great importance on establishing relationships with his students. It's the foundation of his teaching philosophy.
I believe that that's the first thing that you need with a child who's in your class, and if you don't have that opportunity to build that relationship, or you don't make the time to build that relationship, then all of the other pieces aren't going to fall into place as easily as you would hope that they would.
Both Erin and Craig are graduates at the Faculty of Education at the University of Lethbridge. They agree much of their teaching practice has been influenced by the program and the professors in the faculty.
I'm lucky, I'm a social studies major, and I had wonderful opportunities to work with amazing people like Amy von Heiking and David Townsend, and people like Robin Bright, just people who understand the critical thinking aspect of things, the designing lessons that really tap into students' natural inquiry process.
But how do we get that message? You're absolutely right. Advertising, right?
Teachers say receiving awards and recognition is nice, but it's not why they teach. They just want to make a positive impact in the lives of students by making education real and meaningful.
Absolutely, and I mean, I joke with colleagues and with students all the time about social studies. I feel really fortunate that that's the area that I get to teach in, because I think social studies is life, and I think the only way you're really going to connect with kids and help them to understand curricular concepts, which we're mandated to teach, is to make it real for them and to connect it to things that are real in their life. So Absolutely. I think any good educator does that. In any subject, whether it's social studies or math or science, you have to make it real for kids in terms of allowing them to connect things that are meaningful to them.
Look at, and this is the biggest part that we're going to explore a little bit today.